It is Wednesday, July 27th. This is Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. All right, we're starting today's show off, y'all, with some breaking news. Breaking news. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Maybe you have not. But we're starting the show off with the New York Jets and Ryan Fitzpatrick, quarterback, have come to an agreement on a 1-year, $12 million deal. Looks like something took place there in Chicago at that meeting with Brandon Marshall and Ryan Fitzpatrick as they were hanging out the other day. So good for the Jets. Good for them getting their quarterback back in there. Things were looking a little scary for them. You know, training camp's opening up for everybody. They needed him back in there. He's the best option they have. Geno Smith, who knows what he's going to be. We'll see in the preseason if he's grown or if he's gotten any better. They got, Bryce Petty there, and then the kid they picked up this year, Hackenberg, who are both pretty much unknowns, right? So good for the Jets. Glad they got that done. Oh, middle of the week. I want to go ahead and thank my friend Leif Thomas and Fentress Architects for bringing me on as a to help them out with some IT projects this summer. Great experience, little contract work I got done. Great networking opportunity. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys over there. Keep doing the good work. I hope everybody's week's going good. You know, it is that day. It is hump day. It's the middle of the week. A lot of things are happening in sports. That's what I love about sports. There's always something to talk about. And the closer we get to the NFL season, there's even more to talk about. For me, anyway, I get excited this time of year. Even though I haven't played football now in over 15, 16 years, 17 years, I still get the itch at this time of year and would love to be strapping on the pads and going out there and doing. I love two-a-days. For people who don't, get football, who don't understand putting on the pads and being in the heat twice a day and the meetings in between and, film work and all that, it's not for you. I loved all that stuff. I didn't love it more than playing the game, and ultimately I think that's what really put an end to my playing days. Was I loved playing the game more than I loved the preparation. Don't get me wrong, preparation was good fun. The camaraderie it built, being around the fellas, the brotherhood, loyalty, respect, being able to lean on people, all good memories. So a guy I like to read, Jeremy Fowler, he works over there at ESPN. He's one of their staff writers. Good stuff. If you haven't checked it out, check him out. He wrote an article this week. It's on ESPN.com now, and it is 2016 all-retirement team, 22-man roster of NFL players who retired this year. And, we still could have some retirements coming down, but out of the guys who have retired so far, he put together this list of guys who basically, if they were the 33rd team, would not only be very competitive, but could possibly win it all. I mean, this is a talented group of guys that we lost from the NFL this year. And he goes in his article to explain, what their contributions were, why they would be missed, and things of that nature. So definitely check out the article. We're just going to run through the list. We'll do offense and then defense. We'll finish up with the defensive side of the ball. And we'll just talk about this a little bit and go over it and talk about some of these players that have walked away from the game this year for either, maybe because of the concussion issues, maybe because they've made enough money and they just weren't having fun, or they had a long career and have walked away. Nobody really knows if some of these players are retiring younger now because they're more cautious of the concussion and injury problems later in life, if they're making smarter decisions because they've made some money and now can move away from football. Who's to say? Good for these guys, good for their careers, however long they were. All right, let's hit the offensive side of Jeremy Fowler's list for his article here. So first off, quarterback, Peyton Manning. He's going to go down arguably as the best, if not maybe the best quarterback of all time. If he's not considered the best by you individually, you have him in at least your top 5, right? Everybody can say they have Peyton Manning at least in their top 5. Running back, Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode. Okay. We're starting to put together a little team here. What if Peyton Manning would have had a beast mode? Receivers. Okay, here's your receiving core. Your wideouts, Calvin Johnson and Greg Jennings. Now, Greg Jennings, at the end of his career, he kind of fell off. Nobody really heard too much from him down there in Miami, or in Minnesota, for that matter. Everybody remembers him with his days in Green Bay. He left Green Bay and kind of just disappeared. But whatever, great player, gave the Lions fits. I wished he would have signed with us when he left Green Bay, but another story, another day. We all know about Calvin Johnson. Slot receiver, we got Percy Harvin. Okay, if he ever stayed healthy, he'd be probably one of the best slot receivers, but he can't. And he's retired now. At tight end, we got Heath Miller. Offensive line, we're going to have DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Logan Makins, Manny Ramirez, Phil Loldholt, and Eugene Monroe, who recently just retired and stepped away from the game, amidst maybe some controversy over his stance on everybody's right to smoke marijuana or to have marijuana instead of pain pills or to declassify it. Possibly could have been some of the reasons after his 7-year career he decided to go ahead and hang him up. But that would be a pretty impressive offense, right? I mean, you got power running. You got a versatile offensive line. Manny Ramirez, Logan Mankins, all could play different positions. Phil Loadholt, you could possibly push him out to tackle. DeBrickashaw Ferguson had a pretty solid career there at tackle. And Eugene Monroe was a pretty good tackle. He was going to be a sought-after free agent had he hit the market. So, very good offense. Let's hit up the defensive side of the ball. So this year, retiring to make the all-retirement team, we have Jared Allen at defensive end. Inside, we got big B.J. Raji and Darnell Dockett, who just retired this week. Got to sign back with the Cardinals for a day and retire. Other defensive end position, Justin Tuck. I mean, look at some of these names we're talking about here, guys. These are guys who in their era, dominated. And this could be an all... I mean, how fun would it be if every year we got another list of the all-retirement team put out by Mr. Jeremy Fowler here. At linebacker, we got John Beeson, Gerard Mayo, and this guy, A.J. Tarpley. He played one season up there in Buffalo. He's retiring this year, possibly due to health concerns. I don't really know what his story is. But Jeremy Fowler needed another linebacker, and he fit. So he threw him on the list. Cornerbacks, we got Peanut Tillman, Charles Tillman, and former Jaguar and Detroit Lion Rasheed Mathis. I'm telling you guys, this team would be amazing. At safety, Charles Woodson and Hussein Abdullah. Okay, we lost some very good players, some all-time greats, some all-time goods, if you will, the second tier down. Just some great players who have really given a lot to the game and the league over the last 10, 15 years for most of them. Some of them have had shorter careers. So, after the break, we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little USA basketball and how about them Cowboys? Hey, guys, the NFL season is almost here, and you know what that means? Fantasy football is right around the corner. Did you win your fantasy league last year? Would you like to win some extra money playing in a daily fantasy football this season? If so, the DirtCannon.com is here to help. You can get numbers and projections anywhere. But if you want to build a winner for a full season fantasy team or just looking to win consistently in daily games, then do what I did and join the DirtCannon.com. They have it all in one place, fellas. Whether a bronze member or a silver, they will hook you up. I recommend the silver package. Starting today for the silver package, use my code RDST and you will get a customized 2016 NFL Draft Kit, Draft Day Intelligence, and access to their award-winning lineup analyzer with expert insight and analysis. So win your league, make some money, and take home the bragging rights with the DirtCannon.com. and use Real Deal Sports Talk's promo code RDST. And for the first month, with my code RDST, get $4.99 off the first month of your silver membership. Yeah, I'm telling you, them guys over at the Dirt Cannon, they really know what they're doing. So definitely give them a look. Check out the website. Get yourself a winning team this year. One team that's winning right now, if you guys have been paying attention to Team USA at all, they've played a couple exhibition games, a couple friendlies, if you will, so far warming up here for the Rio Olympic Games, which are coming up here shortly. Don't know how that's going to work out. We've talked about the problems going on down there. I'm not going to go through that list. But USA Basketball, they beat up on Argentina. They've beat up on China. You see them. You see these reports. Coach K's dropping F-bombs on Kyrie Irving in practice. He's saying they're having too much fun and they need to wheel it in a little bit. Need to calm down. You got DeMar DeRozan trying to do a 360 posterizing dunk on a guy in the middle of a game. You got Kevin Durant putting his hands up like the shot's already in and they miss it. I mean, just silly nonsense. And these are exhibition games. They don't count. So I get that they're having fun. I get that they think they're unstoppable. But when it comes to group play and it comes to the tournament in the Olympics, there's going to be some tough teams. There's near 50 players in the NBA that are playing for teams other than Team USA. It's not like when Jordan and Magic and Bird and Stockton and Malone and Robinson and Barkley and the whole Dream Team got together and the rest of the world was pitiful. No, there's competition now. And a lot of these countries, or some of these countries, come into these exhibition games just trying to see what we're going to do. Just trying to have some fun and meet the guys. And they're not out there giving their best shot. So I agree with Coach K in that instance. They need to reel it in a little bit. They need to take it a little more serious. I questioned already who was going to be the leader on this team that could calm them down and get them focused like they've had in years past. When they had the Jason Kidd, when they had the Chauncey Billups. I feel like on this team it has to be Carmelo Anthony. Sure, he's speaking out and doing a lot for the overall community of this country and trying to do what he can with his words. And that's great. But as far as who's going to be the guy on this team, he's got the most experience. He's the one who could set the record this year for most gold medals for Team USA individual basketball players. So I feel like he needs to step up before the tournament starts, before the Olympic Games start, and get this team focused. If he can do that, you're going to see a different Knicks team next year for sure. And I know a lot of you guys are laughing your heads off right now, just going, KP, what are you talking about, man? Melo being a leader? Melo just takes shots. Melo don't play D. I can hear all the little comments you guys are making. But give him some respect on what his career is. Yes, he is a scorer. He has a high basketball IQ. If there was a team built around his style, like Team USA generally is, if you remember the Olympics he's played in, he's been the top scorer. He's had great games on Team USA because it's a more fluid game, a little bit less half court. Half court, he goes one-on-one a lot. But give him some respect. Let's expect more from him. Let's not expect the negative. Let's expect the positive. And let's hope that he can be the leader that this team needs and help Coach K so they can go out there and win another gold medal, right? All right, how about them Cowboys? Here's a team. This team's not winning nothing no time soon. I know they're gotten healthy this year. You got Romo back. Dez is back from the foot. But look at their offseason just in the last few weeks, right? So, in the last few weeks, the team bus in Arizona gets in an accident. Kills 4 people, die in that accident. Nobody from the Cowboys organization or any players, anything like that.